Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll start off in a cross-legged position. Bring your right ankle in front of your left ankle. Allow your hands to rest on your knees with your palms pointing down or pointing up. Close your eyes or find a soft gaze. Take these first few moments to bring your focus to your breathing. Notice physical movement and sensation with every inhale. Allow your lungs to expand, fill your belly, fill up with oxygen. And as you exhale, imagine that your spine could grow even a little bit taller. Let your butt bones sink down into the mat. Feel longer through your spine. You can open your eyes. Keep your left hand attached to your knee. Stretch your right fingertips a little out to the right side. And take a moment to release your body up and over towards the right. Try to keep your left butt bone plugged down into the mat. Bring yourself back to center and then switch. Keep your right hand on your right knee and walk your left fingertips out to the left. You can release your head and your torso down. Try to keep your right butt bone plugged down. Come on up to sit. Bring your hands onto your knees and start to find a cat and cow using your hands against your knees. So as you inhale, think of pressing your chest, your heart space forward, maybe a little lift of the chin. And then exhale to pull away from your knees. Find this rounding sensation through your upper back. And we'll take about 5 of these. Move at your own pace. And you may feel this little shift forward and backwards of your hips. After your last one, bring your right hand as far back behind you as you can. And then take your left arm, swoop it up and around. So you're trying to rotate your heart space up to the ceiling. And then move in a circular motion. Left arm comes around. Left arm comes back behind you as your right arm comes up and over. Rotate your heart up to the ceiling. And we continue to move in this circular motion. So right arm comes back behind you. Find this lift through your heart and your chest. And then switch this up. Left arm comes back behind you. Find your lift in the heart and the chest. And now as we're starting to move a little bit bigger here, really allow yourself to take up space. So that can be through your fingertips, that can be through this expansion in your heart and the front of your body. And then bring yourself back down to center. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands back behind you. Unravel your feet and take a moment just to kind of flop around through your feet, your ankles, your legs. And then cross your opposite ankle on top. So for me, this is my left ankle. We're gonna take all of this again. Your right hand can come to your right knee. Your left fingertips can stretch out to the left side as you release your body up and over your left knee. Come through center and switch left hand to left knee, right fingertips inch out to the right side. And again, feel this release of your upper torso over your right knee. Come back to center, hands on your knees, apply a little bit of pressure and start to use your hands on your knees to inform this movement of your spine through cat and cow, upright cat and cow. So as you inhale, charge the heart, the chest, the throat, the chin forward and up. And as you exhale, pull away from your knees, separate through your shoulder blades. And we'll take about 5 of these. After your last one, bring your left hand so it comes back behind you. Reach the right arm all the way up and around. Reach to the back of your space and then move it around. Right arm comes through, right arm comes back behind you, and left arm reaches. So coming back into this familiar space, this familiar movement here, how can you find more stretch through the fingertips? This series today is about taking up space. So even though our legs are stationary and quite small, how can you find more space in your body? And that can of course be with the movement that we're using, but when you're at the end range of your movement, can you create even a little more space? That could be expansion of the ribs, that could be stretch through the fingertips. Slowly roll yourself back around, come upright to sit. We're gonna move to a tabletop position. From tabletop, extend your right leg back long behind you and just take a moment to shift forwards and backwards here. So you could feel a little stretch and opening into your right calf, your toes, your Achilles. Shift yourself back forward and lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Now you can hold right there, or you could lift your left arm and maybe catch your right foot. Again, the idea here is to take up space. Push down into your bottom hand. How open can you get through the front of your chest? And then slowly release everything, come back to tabletop and swap. Extend your left leg back long. Take a few moments just to shift forwards and backwards. And then lift your left leg up off the mat. Option to stay right here as you bend your left knee, or option to reach your right arm forward and then find the connection, if possible, left foot to right hand. And if you have that connection, kick your foot into your hand, take up space with your chest and your upper body as you push down into your left hand. Take one more breath. Slowly release with control and bring yourself back down to tabletop for a moment. Flip your toes under, downward facing dog. Again, the idea here to take up space. Spread your fingers wide. Push your armpits towards your big toes. Start to curl under through your pelvis, roll forward to an upward facing dog. Maybe your knees and thighs come down, that's okay. We're gonna move back to downward facing dog. And we'll take this a few times, rolling forwards and backwards. Think of undulating through your spine, kind of like a worm as you come forward. Allow your hips to drop down as much as is comfortable. And there's always the option here to lower your knees and thighs to the ground so you have a little more support. Feel this engagement as you're coming forwards and backwards, and feel a little more fluidity moving through your spine. And we'll take just a few more here. Feeling that kind of snake-like sensation. Roll through your spine. Stay in your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high. Step your right foot so it comes between your hands. Option to keep your back knee lifted or lower it down. Turn your right toes slightly out to the right side. Bring your right hand down. Take your left arm across your face. And then continue to spread your heart space up towards the ceiling. So similar to what we found earlier, but now we're just on the one side. So you keep the right hand down, take these nice big circles with your left arm in front of your face and then back behind you. The idea here, once again, take up space. How can you find more space? Through the chest, through the legs. You take 3 of those, left hand comes down to the mat, forward fold, left foot meets right foot. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees, slowly roll yourself up to stand. Your shoulders, chin, and gaze will be last to arrive. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a little lift of your chest. And then bring your arms straight out to the side, straight from your shoulders. Rotate your palms forward. Maybe allow your eyes to close and breathe here. About 5 big breaths. Just feel what a position like this does to you. Take up space through the body. Allow yourself to be proud and present through the chest. What do you have to offer? What do you have to present? Can you imagine yourself in this position for your next audition or your next performance? Reach your arms up overhead once again and exhale, forward fold. Downward facing dog, step your feet back. Roll yourself through your high plank and then keep moving your hips down to the mat for your upward facing dog. We're moving into this sequence again. Finding a little more fluidity through the spine. We'll take about 5 of these. When you get to your upward facing dog, actively push down into your palms. Maybe allow your knees or your thighs to lower if you need that extra support. Feel the engagement of your core as you lift your hips back up. And we'll take a few more of these. You can keep your toes flipped under for your upward facing dog. Your breath doesn't have to match your movement, but make sure you are using your breath to support the movement. We'll take 1 more of these here. Roll through the spine, very slinky-like. Push yourself back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg and step your left foot so it comes between your hands. Option to lower your back knee or keep it lifted. Turn your left toes slightly out to the left. Bring your left hand out to the left. Reach your right arm in front of your face and over to the left side as much as you can. Try to spin your heart space open to the ceiling as the right arm reaches behind you. And then take that full circular motion. Once again, allow the right hand to come in front of your face as you spin the heart open and around. We'll take a few more of these. Nice big gesture through the arm, big gesture and motion into your shoulder girdle. Take up space. Bring your right hand down, step your right foot forward, back in your forward fold. Hands to shins or thighs for your halfway lift. Take up space through the spine, forward fold. Roll to stand, reach your arms up. This go around, allow for a little bit of a back bend. Bring yourself back up, open through your arms, allow your eyes to close. Take 5 big breaths here. This powerful open position. How can this inform what's happening mentally? How can this shape, this energy escaping from fingertip to fingertip, how can that inform your physical approach to certain situations? Allow yourself to be open. Reach your arms up. Forward fold, come all the way down. Step your feet back and lower your knees down to the mat. Come all the way up to stand on your knees. We're going to take a set of camel here. Another opportunity to open through the front of your body. Reach your arms out to the side. Bring your hands to your lower back. Bring your eyeballs straight in front of you and then start to use your eyeballs to lift up along the wall in front of you, possibly all the way up to the ceiling. Keep your hands on your lower back if you need that support. Option to bring your hands down to your heels or your ankles if you're feeling a little more open into the front of your body. And breathe. This one can feel a little bit intense. You're really allowing the front side of your body to be open. Open your mouth just a little bit. And whichever position you've taken, slowly bring yourself out of this. Send your hips back to your heels. Take a moment of rest. Notice anything that shifts here, any sensations you may feel coming out of a deep posture like that. Shift your legs around, come to sit. Reach your arms up, a little counter stretch to that camel pose. Release your arms up and over your legs, seated forward fold. So even though we're in a more enclosed position, you can still think of taking up space. Think of the space between your shoulder blades. Think of the space where your kidneys are, the lower sides of your back. Think of the space of your hamstrings. Roll yourself up. Come all the way down onto your back. We'll move into a twist. Pull your left knee into your chest. And then take your left knee across your body to the right. Now there's a few options for this twist. You can expand your arms out to the side, or if it's available with your right hand, grab hold of your left foot, extend your left leg as much as possible, and then maybe bend your bottom right knee and catch your foot with your left hand. So you're really kind of twisted here. Your left shoulder may be coming up off the ground, and that's fine, but if possible, think of spinning your heart over to the left even a little bit more. And if this variation is feeling a little too intense for you, you can always just come into a twist and breathe in that position. Slowly bring yourself out of this, whichever variation you've taken. Pull your left knee in, give it a little tug, and we'll swap to the opposite side. Pull your right knee in, and then move your right knee over to the left for your twist. Now you can stay here, maybe allow your arms to expand, or you could bend your bottom knee, catch your foot with your hand, and then maybe extend your top leg, your right leg as much as possible, and catch your shin or your foot with your left hand. And then the right shoulder, allow it to heavy down to the mat. Think of your heart space being open. Breathe into that opening. Take a few more moments of breath. Breathe into the belly, breathe into the chest. And slowly come back down. Final resting pose, extend your legs so they come to the corners of your space or your mat. And I like to expand my arms out to this side here. Your palms can be pointing up. Allow your eyes to close, and we take this shape again that you were experiencing as you stood up. And notice how your body feels in this shape. How you can allow yourself to take up space. Allow yourself to be here and present. Thank you for joining us today. And that's your flow.